We're back. Another one. Oh. Oop. How is everyone going? Look how they pack these. It's beautiful. Absolutely just beautiful. Oh, so much happening. CGC doubling all their prices as of now, today, tomorrow. I think it's in a week's time. The prices are increasing. So if you did want to submit, I would probably submit sooner than later. That's all the information I can give you. Probably like the best information. But if you're submitting bulk, it's going to take a while. So if you see on this here, this submission was received by CGC on the 7th of the 12th. In their mind, with the turnaround times that were paid for when I did this, they were like, we're going to get this finished by the 18th. It's now like the 22nd of April, I think. 21st of April, depending on which country you're from. So, they're behind 3 months on December submissions. Can you imagine every month moving forward? It just gets worse and worse. There is no, I'm just going to wait until the times get better. People waited for months and months and months with PSA. Now look, they're closed down. I'm not kidding. Like, CGC will just close down sooner than later because there's just too many cards to grade, and there's just not enough people in the company. They said they hired like 70 people over like the course of 2 months. Do you know how many people that is to hire for like an actual company? They're doing sign-on bonuses, they're doing relocation bonuses, I think, or I don't know. Whatever they post on their Instagram, it's just, there's too many people that want a grade card. And there's not enough graders. Now, when they first came out, CGC, everyone was very skeptical. And they were like, oh, I don't want to commit to this, because PSA, BGS, the kings. In my mind, CGC has already taken over BGS. I'm sorry, but I think in a few months' time, they'll have graded more Pokemon cards than BGS has. Surely. Look at this, 160 card submission, just absolutely huge. But I think in terms of Pokemon collecting, and just in general, just graded Pokemon cards, CGC is number 2 for Pokemon. PSA is number 1. They've been doing it for 20 years. CGC wouldn't exist if PSA wasn't so great to start off with. Obviously, they corrected a lot of PSA's flaws, but PSA's also corrected a lot of their own flaws. But I think if you're still on the fence, every month you wait, it's going to get more. It's just going to get longer and more expensive. But let's start this off. Look at this. I love these Ditto cards done by Yukamori. His camera's looking really good today. So as usual, I hope you're well. Hope you're good. Hope everything in your life is great. If you're on the fence about grading and you just don't have that much money to start off, you don't need to grade. Honestly. It is really expensive. And it is very time consuming. A lot of people can't afford to have their money tied up. I mean, a lot of these December submissions, I paid up front for these. With CGC at 30 days turnaround, I paid up front. I paid up front for like 1,000 or 1,500 cards or something. And it's going to be a long time since all those get worked through. Compared to paying when they get graded, you're out of money for a long period of time. I love these shiny GXs. Now, a lot of cards in this submission are lower graded than I'd hope. But we did get a few 10s. So that's really good. I've had a 10 drought lately. But these were submitted to CGC. I mean, I'm from Australia. It takes me 2 weeks to get my box there. So mid-November. I think by mid-November I had maybe 100 or 200 cards back from CGC, and I was just like, I was really happy with the grades, but I just didn't realize how harsh they were. This thing is amazing. Corners 9.5. You see that? Right there. Tip of the corner. That's all it takes. There is no like, you just don't get a 10 on a subgrade unless the card is worthy. That's just all it is, really. Like, to me personally, it's a terrible scale because I've seen PSA 10 cards that just have like the most, it's just disgusting, really. But that's just how it is. These guys want to be super precise, and that's what you sign up for. If you're gonna complain that you don't get a 10 and you get a 9.5 instead, then just don't send to CGC. I mean, just like wait for PSA. Pay $100 a card to get it back in 3 months, whenever they do open. But if you're happy with Gem Mint 9.5s, I'm happy with this. If I sell it to someone, I'm very certain anyone in this world would be very happy to receive this as their 9.5. So surface. Might be tiny little scratches somewhere that I can't see. Very hard to tell on the front. Got a 3.5. As usual, always buying these starter cards in any condition. Oh, this is neat. That's nice condition too. I'm gonna keep that to the side. Might add that too. T17. Pretty strong grade. But I agree. Surface 8.5. Bit of light scratches all through it. Some of those are on the case. Some of the ones that go down, but you can see it's got a little bit on the card, a little bit on the case. The cases are crystal clear. But yeah, that's my advice with grading right now. I think raw cards are great. A lot of people are being turned away from buying graded cards because if you're trying to sell a graded card, obviously, say you buy this for $10, $20. I don't know how much this card is, probably around that. You grade it for $10, $20. Obviously, you have to sell it at a minimum. If it's $20 plus $20, you have to sell it at $40, otherwise you lose money. Now, that can happen. You can lose money in this hobby. It's very, very apparent. It's very real. When a lot of people do one thing, prices go down. A lot of people do Red's Pikachu when they first came out. PSA 10s were like $20. The card was like $3 plus $10 to grade, and it sold for $20. I mean, when there's a lot of people competing, prices can go down. So you're going to make sure you're grading more niche cards that other people won't have. There might not be many of these Mega Charizards graded. I mean, it's like a shiny Charizard Mega. It's really neat. I thought it would be well. I thought it would sell well if I buy it and grade it. So I did it. But what I'm trying to say is, if it's $40 your cost, and then you sell on eBay, let's say you just use free shipping, and it costs you $5 to ship somewhere, and then eBay fees are 10%, so you got to cover that as well. Even if you sell something for $50, you break even. So a lot of people, they don't want to pay your added grade cost. Like, this is a bulk submission, so my prices on all of these listing them will be lower on average because I paid a low cost for me to grade them. If I'm listing a standard submission that I get, I average the cards up because they cost me more to grade, and that's just how it is. Now, I have a lot of cards that I've graded on standard that aren't selling that well because my cost has to be higher. Otherwise, I'm just doing this for nothing and I'm just losing money. So it's a slow mover, but that's the take. I mean, this was 4 months wait for this, which in theory is like really good for a bulk submission considering PSA is like 1+ year. But maybe they missed this. And this card's pretty mint all around, but there's a little bit of a corner bend there. Edges, that's these things. So maybe corners and surface got knocked to 9s because of that tiny little. Usually that would be marked a bit more harsh. Maybe they're stressed. Maybe they're missing stuff because obviously they're under the pump. So that's what happens. That's how misgrades happen. That's pretty clean. 0.85. But yeah, you just got to be careful. If you're not willing to take the risk in the grading game, just sell cards raw, you know? Put the effort in. Buy stuff, try and get some lots or collections. Put the effort into splitting it up. Make a good looking eBay store. Become a decent eBay seller. Be a decent person. Just like put the effort in and then you get rewards out of it. I'm thinking of making a little mini series of how to set up an eBay store properly, but I'm not too sure how I want to go about it. This is really nice. This might be worth a pretty penny. I'm not too sure how I want it to work, because this is fucked. 3.5, really? I mean, this card's destroyed. I mean, I guess it's a 3.5, but probably should just be a 1. Damn. This is a prime example of checking through your cards properly. This card is clean all the way through. But right there, tiny little surface dent. So minuscule, honestly. You need to like shine the light in the right way and get everything lined up. It's right there on the tip of his leg. Pretty sure it's an indent. So surface gets knocked down and you get an A5. And like this card, which is strictly better, doesn't have a little indent. Oh, this is nice. These blue cards look really good. I don't grade that much WotC, so here's your idea of what a WotC CGC 9 can look like. We got it pretty clean all around. Let me see if I can. Top edge has like a really rough cut, and you can see there's like pack lines going down the card straight through the K in Pokemon. I know a lot of people use this to gauge like what they can send and what their cards will grade, because that is like, over the years, that is one of the biggest questions that is just coming up more and more recently. Like, what will this grade? What will that grade? So if I can get this information out there and give you guys ideas, that's what a WotC 9 will look like. You can have that rough cut at the top. Very, very, very slight pack wear on there. And this is a Hollow 9 from Japanese. See, there's a print line that goes through his head. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I think you can. So it goes all the way out to his tail, to like above his hand area, kind of like around there. There's another print line on the back here. See, you can go. It goes across like the K in Pokemon. And a lot of people don't realize that these things exist, and grading companies do look at them. You look at this card, you're like, wow, it's got no edge wear, it's mint. Oh my god, it's amazing. But it's got a print line, dock for surface, another print line, another dock for surface. Other than that, I think I see something there on the side. I don't know what that is. Sorry I'm going so quiet, but you can see here there's a little bit of a Get the card down in the case a little bit so I can see. It looks like it's been... Maybe it got clamped on encapsulation and damaged. Obviously, more growing pains. This can happen. I mean, I've had friends with $10,000 cards destroyed by grading companies. Unless that's a part of the 8.5 surface, which I have seen them given these little minor dents 8.5 surface. So, there you have it. Is that a mint 9 in your opinion? To me, personally, no. With that damage, that's not good enough. That's actually something I'm going to put aside an email to them, because I might send that back and just be like, hey, I think you either damaged my card or you misgraded this. And if grading companies never know when they mess up, they'll never be able to correct their mistakes. But yeah, I'm just lucky that's not an expensive card. I mean, that's a very common dent. That's like a binder dent pretty much area, right where like in the Neo file it would go. So that makes sense, but we'll see. We will see. So, about 4 or 5 months ago, I was on a big shiny GX to the moon phase. So I just bought heaps of it. Because shiny GX as a set is just like unreal. Now, compared to the new sets that are coming out with these days, that Chilling Rain one just got released, like the set list. Go check it out if you haven't. It's insane. But yeah, I bought a lot of shiny GX. I buy a lot of full art trainers. Hyper rare trainers, they don't sit well with me anymore. I don't like it, you know? I just don't. Here's some Muse. Honestly, it's going to be so hard for me to find surface issues with the camera. But I can try. Nothing on the front. I need like the light to be like the right angle. Otherwise I can't. And the way it is now, I just can't. I'm sorry. Now, this submission overall was a lot better than previous ones. I got a higher 9 rate. I got more 9.5s. I even got a few 10s. It's crazy, these like beautiful cards getting. I wonder if that's a misgrade. They've been doing this a little bit lately. I've seen it on a few cards from other people as well. I'm not sure if that actually averages to a 9. I think this should be an 8.5, which is a big problem. But maybe the centering averages less. Ugh. Look at that up there. Pristine card. Tiny little bend. Maybe that's why I got the 9 surface. Jeez. This submission's a bit rough. Maybe. Is there another one? Like another little. Yeah. Sorry. You can see the cogs in my brain are turning. This is a kind of similar thing that happened to PSA once they started to get really busy and they started to get destroyed. They just started pushing cards out. Things can get missed, or it's on like the edge, you know? It's like, is it a 9 or is it an 8 or is it an 8.5 or is that a 10 or is that barely a 9? So here's a 9. What's he rare? Very nice looking card. We got the stupid white stuff's on the case, but right there we have a little bit of edge wear. Top right corner, top left corner. There you go, bottom right corner. Bottom left corner. There you go. If you're grading English, that's what it takes. You have to have a pretty good looking card. Now this one is worse than the Gengar, so it should have more spots of wear, and then we can see that. It's just how it is. There's more edge wear along the top of the card. Right hand side looks pretty good. Corner around the bottom's pretty rough. Bottom left, you can see it's kind of nearly all the way up the left hand side, and it's got like a pretty rough cut. So back to focusing. Yep, this is a 9, this is an 8.5. That's the difference. Only takes a few things knocked down in all areas, but we have the subgrades to see, and that is good consistency. That's what I like to see. That's what I really like seeing. When you have a grade above strictly better. Oh, this is awesome. I didn't realize I had this. I thought this one had a shot at being mint. But you see there's a big thick print line. It's like a double print line that runs through the top there. And it's got edge at the top. But apart from that, this card is relatively good. These little scratches are all on the case because they're reflecting in a certain way. Has this hollow look. Look at that swirl at the top right. That's not bad. Decent centering. 9 centering. A bit top heavy. That's good. I'm keeping this one. Got more dittos. Love those things. There's a lot of Yukimori collectors out there, but there's not that many graded cards. So I'm there to fill the niche. Amazing rares. They're all amazing. I have a set of amazing rares in my collection, Gem Mint set. I think everyone should. The centering on this Sylveon looks really rough. 9.5. Look at that top heavy. Ugh. You just don't know sometimes. Let's compare that centering. What is better? What do you think? Oh, this has a really thin left border, but these right and left borders are pretty even. Yeah, I guess. I think centering is like the only thing hard. I just wish they would release their like centering guidelines so you can see what it takes to get a 9 and everything, but I think that would be death sentence for them because everyone would measure their cards. And if they were off by like 0.1 millimeter, it would be the end of the world. Wow, this is a solid 9. That's wild. If you were to purchase this, you'd be very happy. Tiny bit of one dot down the bottom. A little bit of edge right there. This corner's not perfect, but if you're looking like that, that's nice. That's a good one. These two are awesome cards. Great rares. Even non-holos, awesome chase cards from those sets. Alright, let's speed this up a bit because a lot of these are the same card. I love Eevees. They're just so good. Eevee Hero is coming out soon. It's a good time to be an Eevee collector in the last few years. This card's sweet. I thought that was another one. Dream League Ash's Pikachu. Really good. Really, really, really good. Another Shining Lugia. CP6 EX Charizard. Look how these how good these cases sit together. That's it. Tiny bit of movement, nothing else. More Team Up Charizards. I graded these a long time ago. I bought them from TCG Player as near mint. So anything's good, but the pre-release kits are so rough on the cards. Like, the cards were just destroyed. Like, I got them all near mint, and I was like, oh my god. But I just remember opening pre-release kits myself, and you can see there's just scratches all through the cards. So this is a higher graded one. And 8.5 is like the highest I've ever got, I think. A lot of them have Surface 7s because they get probably a dent on here somewhere. Yeah, you can see that down there. Let me zoom in. Ugh. You can see it's like dented into the card. Just the pre-release wrapper is so bad. I got a 7.5 surface, so should be something else. Camera doesn't really pick it up, but man, this is rough. See, it's all just print lines all the way through, and so yeah, they were a good purchase, but no chance of any 10s. I think I bought like a 70 from TCG Player near mint, and that's good. I got 7, 8s, and 8.5, so I'm very happy with that. But these hyper rares are cool, but the ones with color are like so much better. So I'm off the hyper rare train for now, even though they are sweet and they are rare. Alternate arts are just like 10 steps above. I think these are all Reds Pikachu. I think I'm trying to make it so everyone in the world has a graded Reds Pikachu. It's an iconic card, really, honestly. This is literally us as children playing Pokemon Yellow with us playing Red with his Pikachu following us. Shiny GX Charmander. Red and blue. More Eevees. Oh, look at that. You gotta hate that. Where's my surface, huh? Stupid grader couldn't just give me a break. It's not really his fault though. There it is. Very hard to see, but it's there. Let me see if I can zoom in. Sorry, give me a sec. If you made it this far in the video, compared to how probably boring I am to listen to, thanks for watching. Maybe I should buy like an actual camera. It's not this white stuff that's on the case. There's like the lightest scratch of all time that goes like through there. I don't know. There's just no way to show you. Oh, there it is. You can see it's like a little scratch and then like a bigger scratch, but now I'm just zooming into like white noise. But it's there. So let's go scratch on it. He's justified. So good job on that one, grader. Cynthia and Caitlin. Caitlin might have just got a full art. I'm not too sure. Oh, we got some more. We got Nita. Valley. It was a whole set of Shiny GX. Every full art. I sent them all in bulk. I think some of the cards in here are above $100 raw, and CGC didn't upcharge me for anything. So, you know, props to them for not milking every dollar they can out of people, because they could if they wanted to. They easily could, but they're not, because they're decent people. We got Pristine 10 on this Pikachu. This is another card that I bought a lot of when they were very cheap. And it's just another awesome iconic artwork by a new artist. And I got some 10s, I got some 9s, I got some 9.5s. I think it's another staple, you know. Just like an awesome Pikachu campaign release with 5 promo cards, and there's just so much about it that's like really cool. They grade relatively easy. I think if you sent all these to PSA, you'd get 10s all around. This one is really upsetting because this is actually the expensive card out of the thing, and I got an 8.5. So, yeah, that sucks. Sucks big time. As this card, I pulled it myself, and I think it was like $50 at the time. And I don't even want to know what the prices are now. I think they're like 250 raw. So obviously I can't be upset because I still have this. But I think there's like a little bend up here that they've found. Made the card an 8.5 surface. If this was 9 centering, it would get a 9. So, and if this was 9.5 centering, you would get 9.5. But you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I usually lose a lot because I am unlucky. Yeah. If you've honestly made it this far, thanks for watching all these. I think my videos only get like a few hundred views every time, but I get your messages on Instagram and I see every comment, and it takes like an hour out of my day to do these videos. More Pikachu campaign promos. I think this is all it's going to be. I'm just going to speed this up, but an hour out of my day, and if everyone watches it, if one person learns, wow, it's a perfect. That's awesome. See how perfect you really are. Yeah, you're pretty perfect. You're very perfect. Nothing on here. That's cool, yeah. But if one person gets something away, that's worth it for me. When I was first starting, I had so much help. And I feel like help is not given out as much as it should be as Pokemon gets bigger. But obviously there's so many people asking. You can't help everyone with what they need. But I think as a hobby, it's always better just to help everyone. Some people get greedy. And they're like, if I help someone, maybe they'll compete against me, and then it's bad. But we're all humans at the end of the day. Like, we can all progress together, because that's like better. It's more beneficial. Dark Charmeleon, awesome cards. And the last few, I should be getting some more grades back in the next few weeks. I'll be getting my Race Quasar Gold Star back. That'll be sweet. That's something that I opened on here in a binder collection. And if that comes back in good condition, it's going to be a hell of a day. One hell of a day. But thanks for watching. Appreciate it as always. Have a great day.